Long time no see, everyone. It's your old Major Cargon back at it again. This time answering the age-old question, tale as old as time. What is the widest pair of pants? I'll give you a hint. It's probably these ones. As always, if you're enjoying the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Comments are also very much appreciated. And the Discord link is in the description below. A lot of fun in there. Maybe see you there, maybe not. Do whatever you'd like. I'm not your dad. So, wide pants, hate them, love them, regardless. They always seem to be in trend, out of trend. I don't know what's going to happen this year. I'm not even bothering predicting anything. But I do love a wide pair of pants. They do suit bigger silhouettes, drapier silhouettes that I'm a very, very big fan of. And in comes Neuterlab, a Queensland-based brand. Queensland's a place in the northern part of Australia. Australia's very, very big. Queensland is quite far away, and even Queensland is very, very big. I could go into details like the distance from Melbourne to Brisbane is the same from Brisbane to Cairns, and Brisbane and Cairns are in the same state of Queensland. It's big. It's like a 14-hour drive. It's long, it's far. 12 hours, it's just far. So on this channel, it's been pretty interesting over the past few years making videos talking about clothes, and I've never really had the opportunity to have something sent to me to talk about, because I guess like what we talk about here are labels and things that never really interact that way with influencers, creators, and that's fine. I really don't mind. But luckily enough that friends at Neuterlab did send me this pair of pants that I queried them on. As they are the most recent release that they've put out, they have been around for not a very long time. Literally within the last 2 years, they've started putting out pieces in like capsule collections. And these ones are going to be like an evergreen piece. So I was very curious to see what they'd be like. Now, the idea of Neuterlab is to be creating sort of genderless alternatives for clothing, things that anybody can wear, any sort of identity. It really doesn't matter. And so a lot of their stuff is very, very much inspired by both Karl and Larrend's interest in designers like Rick Owens. You see some motifs generously inspired and used in their silhouettes. But what has caught the most interest for me out of everything they've put out is this pair of pants. They're a very, very wide pair of pants, as we can see here. And just seeing the videos that they put out of them in motion, I did reach out and ask, could I get my hands on some to do a video on? And they were very, very nice enough to send this to me. So I wouldn't call this sponsored content. There's no gifting, there's no payment involved here. I'm just very interested in these and do want to sort of show them off. So let's have a look. So going off their website, the description for the Flux Pants reads as so. Flux Pants, a manifestation of fluidity and movement inspired by the dynamic spirit of change. Crafted from 100% rayon, this material is not just a fabric choice. It's a deliberate nod to the adaptable nature of design. How wide can wide leg pants be? So the whole flux thing, they say, is derived from the constant state of transformation, symbolizing evolution. And the way these look in motion, nailed it. Absolutely fantastic. But yes, they are 100% rayon, so they are very, very light. They can be worn in warmer weather. If you're going to be wearing them in cooler weather, I would recommend potentially putting something like long john, something underneath, because rayon is thin. It's very, very thin. They're 41 inches long, so they do really depend on how tall you are, where they are going to sit. And they do say they have a pretty generous inseam, so you can wear them high-waisted. However, I have found this not to be the case, at least for me, and have had a couple of other friends try these on, and they have said the same thing, where like the inseam is just a bit shorter than you'd hope, and hoping that maybe the next iteration it is a bit longer so you can wear them high should you want, because these do just drag along the ground if you're not very, very tall. We can see that they do have an elastic waistband at top. They come in small, medium, and large. Now on the website, the sizing states that the large can comfortably fit a size 30 to 36 in pants. So I'm around a 36, and I can definitely say that they do not comfortably fit me. I think the waistband is just a little bit too small, and that's something noted across all the sizes as well. I had friends who are sort of size 29 to 30 have to kind of adjust and see what would be the optimal size, and medium turned out to be the optimal size for some of them. So it's not the most generous waistband. It does go that wide, but it is very, very important to note that if you are around a 36, it will be sitting quite tight on your waist. That being said as well though, maybe you're already wearing things that are already sitting like that. I know I do have a couple of pair of pants that are similar. So for me personally, it's not so odd, but it can feel a little bit uncomfortable wearing them for a long period of time. Now, it feels like I'm being quite negative on these, and I guess it's because I'm just going straight off the top of my head, but they're really, really fantastic pants otherwise. They have these 3 tassels that hang off either side that just add to the illusion. Well, the movement. When you are moving around, they do look quite nice, and just the way these sit on body and move is truly the highlight, as well as just being very, very comfortable. You've got 2 side pockets, no back pockets, which I would say that's also the thing I'd like to see added if they do a revision, would be to add back pockets, because it would make them a little bit more usable in a day-to-day sense. Maybe you don't want to be carrying a bag, or maybe you like just having, you know, your wallet in your back pocket or your phone in your back pocket. At least one back pocket. There is no inner draw cord or any way to cinch these, so the way that they are kept up, there are no belt loops either. The way they are held up is purely with the waistband, and that's a good and a bad thing. I think what I mentioned before in terms of like the way that it does sit on your waist, if there's no way to kind of like secure it further, the waistband does need to be effectively this kind of tight. So maybe if they do, you know, go one step larger, or say move the sizing of the large to medium and medium to small, they get extra small, or just add an extra large, that could be a solution. But yeah, it can be interesting to have a pair of something where you're basically only relying on an elasticated waistband that has no draw or adjustment to it. So it's something to note. I know that, you know, pants like Pleats Please and the en plissé pants, I'm not so experienced with en plissé, but I know the Pleats Please pants I've had in the past did not have securing either. So similarly on the waist, they just kind of stretch until they fit. Now for those who don't deal in inches, let's whip out the measuring tape and we'll get you that rise. The rise is really, really important here. So we're looking at like a 35 centimeter rise, the total length, 111 centimeters as well. The length is great. If the rise is longer, it just means you can wear them higher. Looks great. Sometimes you want to have things puddling around your feet, stacking, looking really, really neat, just covering everything. But sometimes you just don't want these to trail around the ground and potentially get damaged. You know, heel bite, just dirt, regular things. I've worn these once. I wore them out one night to a soiree event that was very, very lovely, but I wanted to just see the practicality of actually wearing these out and about. And they were pretty good. I was very, very conscious that I did not want to destroy them and that they are alone. So I was, you know, making sure they were always pulled up correctly. And for that event as well, we didn't really go anywhere besides the place where it was held. So a lot of sitting down, not a lot of movement, but we got it done and the pants got a lot of comments. Width though, how wide is this hem? 57 centimeters for each. They are so, so wide. And I feel like I just keep saying that they are wide, but instead of me telling you, how about I show you? In the midst of getting it all set up as well, here is the inner tag with all the instructions there on how to care for it. The rear of the tag that does say that it is the Flux Pants. Got the size tag here, L there, and also this do not remove tag so you can return it. So that has stayed on. So as we can see, like against my waist, these naturally do not fit unless I stretch them, but that's the case. They're from a 30 to 36. So here they are on. I'm wearing these currently just below my belly button. I am like 177 centimeters. I don't know whether that's like 5'8"-ish, but as you can see, these just puddle on the floor. So if I want to wear them in a way that they're not gonna drag and get really wrecked, I need to pull them up. Now they're basically sitting at my belly button. You can see that they are really, really digging into me, but this is probably the best way that I can wear them without actually having them drag along the floor. Let's look at them in movement. So we can see that they look so nice. Just the way they kind of follow your legs and trail around is so neat. The tassels on either side, you can really do whatever you want with them. I just like letting them hang. I did see yesterday at a shop that they were braiding them, and that looked pretty cute as well. Pockets here too. Just really, really, it is very similar to, what is it, that like Simpsons quote of like, feels like I'm wearing nothing at all. They're just so light. I do like how the rayon as well kind of has a bit of a sheen to it. The texture of it's really, really interesting. So wearing black on black, it still looks a bit different compared to if you were just wearing stuff that was maybe like the same tone or same texture. I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up, but it's really, really cool. These shoes are so loud on the floor. Here's how they look, I guess, how it would look for you wearing them, but you see that they puddle really, really nicely, and I really recommend that maybe you wear like platform boots or like heels to give you that extra bit of height so they don't drag, but still is super nice. Yeah, you can see the effect of like the texture here. It just looks quite different. I really like it. To kind of summarize everything about the pants as well, putting them in sort of like pros and cons, I'll just start off overall with the cons. I have mentioned them before, but we'll just put them in like one place. I think that the sizing on the waist is a little too small. In a future revision, and I hope that there is a future revision, because like these are basically there in terms of being like a very, very desirable pair of wide pants. And I'll get to the price point after this bit, because that's really what makes it even more accessible to a lot of people. So basically, in a future revision, I would love to see a more generous waistband. Maybe even keep these sizes, just add some larger sizes. 2 back pockets would be really, really neat too. And a longer rise, so you can actually wear them higher up. And I think that the way that the pants sit on body, you can't really tell so much where the rise is. If the rise was more of a drop crotch, so to speak, or just longer, they would still have the same sort of flow and illusion that you're kind of just wearing this huge draping number. So I'm not a designer. I don't know whether that is correct what I'm saying. I'm just guessing out there, but that's what I would like to see. But then positives, really, really comfortable. Look great in movement, very, very breathable. For someone that gets quite hot very, very easily, it is an option. I did wear them out on a hot evening and I did not feel hot. In fact, it got pretty cool towards later in the evening as well. I love the tassel parts and how they do add movement as well. I'm a very, very big fan of sort of attaching things or accessories to your clothes or your outfits. So when you are in movement, kind of like gives trails or just like keeps emphasis on the movement and flow of things. So these have them built in. You don't even have to worry about it. Maybe another request, belt loops, but honestly, I don't know. I don't know what major difference that would make. Perhaps if you did then just have a size that was too big, you could make it fit you better by just wearing a belt as well. But yeah, they're my thoughts. I really, really like them. And let's talk price. Now, this is where I think is the pretty significant part of these pants. So these retail for 215 Australian dollars. Now, yes, $200 might seem like a lot of money to some, but for a pair of pants that can be dressed up, dressed down, worn like just a really nice pair of sweatpants because of the elasticated waistband, you can get a lot of wear out of that. And similar priced things, when we're talking, you know, Yoji or Com, really like skyrocket into, you know, 2, 3, 4 times that amount, maybe even higher, depending what it is you're looking for. So I think 200 Australian that's a deal. It's a deal and a half. And yeah, props to you know, Karl and Larrend for picking that price point, and we'll see whether, you know, if there is a revision, they stick around that. But that's one of the most appealing things of it. If you're already in based on everything else, then the price is just the kicker. That's what's going to convince you to probably get them, I would say. So yeah, these are the Neuterlab Flux Pants. What do you think? I am a very big fan, and yeah, I keep saying it, but if these things get changed, I will definitely love to get a pair for myself once this no buy ends, so basically next year. But where they are right now, if the sizing is good for you, then yeah, if you like them, have a look. Maybe they'll sell out quickly. I don't know. I have no idea. Also, if you are based in Melbourne, you can find them at Lastly. Lastly did get some Neuterlab stock in of other pieces too. So it's really nice to be able to go see things in person if you are in town or around and want to check them out if you're in Melbourne. But otherwise, yeah, you can find them online. Thank you to Karl and Larrend. It's, I feel a bit out of my depth doing something like this, but doing my bit to try and like spread the word, because I do think they are a lovely pair of pants, and if it's within your means and you want to do it, why not? See how you go. But yeah, the Flux Pants. All right, hope you enjoyed the video. We'll catch you next time. As always, take care, have fun, be safe. And as always, don't do anything I do except check Neuterlab out. Maybe you'll find something you like. Maybe you'll find something you don't like. But what's important is you'll find a new brand that you may not have been aware of. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Until next time, you'll take care. Bye-bye.